Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Today we are treading on unholy ground, for lack of a better word. So fair warning to you, hope it's not triggering to anyone, but we're looking at two rather strange stories. And the first one is to do with the cross that Meghan Markle was seen wearing in Nigeria. Very delicate diamond cross and a very fine chain. Eyebrows were raised when she appeared with this cross on because, of course, Nigeria is a country with a lot of religious conflict. It's a large Muslim population. And so that was the first thing that made people rather uncomfortable, really. And the second is that she was wearing the cross upside down. And of course, there are all kinds of unfortunate associations with that kind of symbolism, which we won't express directly here on this channel now. But anyway, that was the look. Then we heard in page 6 that this was in fact an item of jewellery that once belonged to Princess Diana and had been gifted to Meghan by Harry from his mother's private collection. This was after they got back from Nigeria and were looking for some positive PR amidst of all the other disasters that were going on. But people have come out and said, no, actually, people who knew Princess Diana never saw her wearing it. She wouldn't wear that kind of religious symbolism in public. They don't recall ever seeing that cross in her jewelry collection. And basically, she wouldn't have done that, as I say, because she was very wary of offending people. She was much more sensitive about these things and perhaps better briefed about these things than Meghan was on her trip to Nigeria. So that is the background of the story. We're going to have a look using the Mystic Mondays Tarot. It's a nice shiny tarot deck suitable for looking at bling. We want to know generally Meghan's attitude to Princess Diana's jewelry, how much she wants to wear it. Does she fake wearing it? There is, of course, that Cartier watch that is claimed to be Princess Diana's, but a lot of people say actually it's a watch that Meghan bought herself when she started making decent money on suits. We want to ask about Harry. We want to know if Harry really has gifted Meghan valuable pieces of jewelry from his mother's collection, whether he really wants Meghan wearing that jewelry. We want to know about the provenance of this cross, and who leaked the story to page 6. We're going to ask that. We are going to ask about Nigeria and what Meghan was thinking wearing it in a country with a large Muslim population and wearing this cross upside down. Anything that should be read into that symbolism. So that's where we're heading with this reading. I have my notes, so I can hopefully remember where I'm heading. The universe knows the questions, which is why I write them down. And let's remind you, because this is a sensitive topic, it's very important that you remember that this is just tarot and this is for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion. It is all speculation. I just read energy. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. So Meghan wearing Princess Diana's jewelry. Does she or does she fake it? Harry, did he really give her giant amounts of bling? Does he want her to have it? The cross, is it really Diana's? Who leaked the story? And then, of course, Nigeria being a Muslim country and the cross being upside down. Tell us about that. So that's where we're heading today. And with the Mystic Mondays Tarot, for once actually on a Monday. Remarkable in itself. Meghan, for all her very expensive clothes and things like that, really doesn't have much in the way of bling. It has to be said, it's always something that people comment on. The engagement ring did disappear for a long time. I read on it at the time. There was all kinds of rumours about it. The reading showed very clearly we were going to see a much improved ring with a much bigger bling in it and We did, and we saw it, I think, even more supersized in Nigeria. So she's obviously working with limited resources, poor girl, in my opinion, and trying to improve them. Three of Wands in reverse as our underlying energy. That is, it's normally the ships coming in card. It's about hopes and expectations and expansion and growing. So she would have been very optimistic when she managed to catch her prince, her ginger prince, that she would have had access to, as they were described in this page 6 article, the crown jewels, Diana's private collection, not crown jewels, not at all, but anyway, they're described as crown jewels. She would have thought she could just arrive at Buckingham Palace and the vault would open, and here, pick your tiara for the day and help yourself to Princess Diana's bling. But it didn't turn out that way. That's the Three of Wands in reverse, the failed expectation, the failed hope, withering on the vine. It did not turn out that way. She herself has had to go and improve her jewelry collection herself, repurpose Trev's bracelet that he gave her, her own watch, blood diamonds, whatever else she can get her hands on, she is having to make do with. That is what is coming through for me with this underlying energy of the Three of Wands. But let's have a look at the actual situation we're dealing with. This very delicate cross, the Four of Wands. That is messaging about association with the royal family, with the happy days of the past when the royal family was Prince Charles, as he then was, Princess Diana, and William and Harry. We see a lot of it in the comment section in page 6, referencing the fact that Camilla was a home wrecker and she broke up this very happy family, and Charles owes an apology to Harry and William for the way their lives were ruined. That is what's coming through for me of this Four of Wands. There is, of course, a lot of snark in what I have just said. I'm not repeating it as gospel. I'm simply saying what a certain commenter, a guest speaker in page 6, very often trots out. It's a bit of a mantra almost. The Four of Wands, happy home, happy families. It's also the union and the celebration and the wedding energy in that card. So it's telling me and it's telling us that we're meant to believe that way back when they got married, these gifts were given to Meghan Markle. Welcome to the family. Here you are the rightful heir, if that is the proper word, of Princess Diana's most intimate jewelry. Here are the keys to the jewelry box, basically. So let's see, how eager is Meghan Markle to be associated with Princess Diana's jewelry? How important is it to her to be seen, to be wearing it? King of Cups. It's very emotional for her. It's a very emotional connection with that King of Cups. I also think it's one in the eye to the actual king, to King Charles, and also to Prince William. See, look, I have the jewelry. I am the rightful heir to this jewelry. I'm the person, the star, the true heir. Again, the word, there is a better word, of Princess Diana. I am her energy that has returned, and this is the message. It's mine. I deserve that. I represent Princess Diana, and you two men don't deserve it. It's because I am Diana too, basically. I'm saying it in a rather clumsy way. But there it is. It's coming through in that King of Cups card for me. She's very emotionally invested in this. And she has a message for Charles and Prince William, and King Charles and Prince William, sorry. And don't mean to be disrespectful. And also a message to the world that she is Diana too. Does she fake it? There was that aquamarine ring. Six of Cups. I'm not getting fake so much as representing the past in a particular way. that the past was this perfect paradise, and it's very similar energy to this Four of Wands energy, that there was a time when this little family, Charles and Diana and William and Harry, were the perfect little family until the Wicked Witch arrived and broke it all up, as I've already said. And that is not my sentiment, that is guest speaker's sentiment, and I suspect also Meghan Markle's sentiment, which she has now conveyed to Harry as well, that there was a time when this world was the perfect world, back in the innocence of childhood, when the family was harmonious and happy and these perfect memories were being created. So it represents that happy time in the past, that idyllic childhood. And it's interesting because she comes from a broken home, Harry comes from a broken home. I'm no expert in psychology, but it's interesting that she has, in her mind, as far as I can tell energetically, created this illusion of the past as perfection. And it was anything but, of course, as we all sadly know. Tell us about Harry. Has Harry given Meghan big bling from his mother's private collection? Has he? Ace of Swords in reverse. I don't think so. It's the trap card. When it's upright, Eight of Swords, somebody stuck in a situation, and upright, in reverse, it's weaseling your way out of a trap. I don't think he has. And I would even go as far as to say that he might have felt at some stage that he was obligated to give her certain items from the collection, but somehow weaseled his way out of that obligation. And that is a very strange energy that's coming through, and I have to remind you that that is my speculation. It is pure speculation. It ties in somewhat with the reading that I have just done, the 7-year hitch reading that I did yesterday. And so it's very interesting that there might have been, he might have felt that there was some kind of trap that he almost walked into. I'm expressing energy, of course, and then extricated himself from. Very strange energy, but it's not at all giving me, I would have got Pentacles, I would have got Ace of Pentacles, that kind of card of gifts here. This is for you, darling, because token of my love for you, not the energy that's coming through at all. How does he feel, or would he feel, about Meghan Markle wearing his mother's jewellery, her actual jewellery, not fake jewellery? Ace of Swords, it's a power play. It's a real declaration. The Ace of Swords is a very powerful declaration of intent. It's a message to others. Again, I'm not getting cups. I'm not getting Ace of Cups, which would be the kind of energy that I would expect. I'm getting the Ace of Swords. It's a message to someone else. And I think the message is going to the King of Cups, to Dad, and to Prince William. See, you didn't want me to marry her. You said she was no good. You said I was rushing it. And now look, now she's wearing Mummy's jewelry. Pointed message to them. Not, I'm so thrilled and delighted and it's my happiest moment when I'm putting this ring on your finger. Not at all. Again, very strange energy. It's middle finger energy. That's what I'm trying to convey in a polite way here, because I do try most of the time to be polite. I was brought up to be polite. But there it is. Weird energy from Harry, all these swords. She's got all these cups, so she's very invested in this emotionally. And he is, something else going on in this situation that we can only speculate about. Tell us about the ring itself, Provenance. Not the ring, the cross. I beg your pardon. The cross, Provenance. Where does it come from? It does not come from Princess Diana. Empress in reverse. It's made to appear as if it comes from her. who would be the Empress, but it's in reverse. That's my opinion. And it's pretty clear from the card that has come out. It's the Mother card, the Empress, and it's in reverse, not the Mother. That's about as direct as tarot can get. And I'm always grateful when I get such direct answers to my questions. And I always like to thank the source of these answers. And who put this little puff piece out there? Where did this come from? This piece that went into into page 6, but it had some extras that might not have been intended for public consumption, such as, no, we've never seen this piece in Princess Diana's private collection. Where did this story come from? 10 of Wands. It came from someone, a female someone in this card, who was very heavily burdened. All that bad press, PR, wands, news stories flying out while they were still in midair about the delinquency notice, and then about the airline scandal, the guy basically a crook, according to what I've been reading. And then the next story about the next guy who's a fraudster, the one that Harry described as his in-laws and who gave Meghan her honorary princess title, turns out to be a fraudster. So very bad press coming out from Nigeria and from California. And in the midst of all of that, 10 of Wands trying to counter it by, oh look, that cross that I was wearing upside down in Nigeria was actually from Princess Diana's private collection. You might never have seen it. She never wore it in public, but now suddenly, ta-da, I'm wearing it in Nigeria, a Muslim country. And so let's look at that. Not a Muslim country. I'm well aware that both Christianity and Islam are very active in that country. So I'm not deluded about that at all. But how did this? What was Meghan thinking doing this, or did she even think? The High Priestess. It's giving this vibe of her trying to come across, because she was wearing it with that white dress, and it's coming across as trying to give off this vibe of purity. I'm so spiritual and so pure. Look at me. Ethereal, mysterious, like Princess Diana. But Princess Diana, as I've said, didn't wear those kinds of symbols. And particularly not in a volatile situation like Nigeria. But she was trying to convey a message. I am tapped into this energy of Princess Diana. I am a divine being. I am a princess. I am of pure blood, and all the rest of it. It's a very, very strange energy. I don't think she thought it through. I don't think she did her research. I don't think she realized what a gaffe she was making, or how potentially offensive it was to certain sections of the population in Nigeria. I don't think she realized at all. She was so invested in this notion of herself as being so pure and white and ethereal and divinely inspired, the heavenly leader come down to earth, that she didn't do her homework. We know she doesn't do her homework. She's lazy. She doesn't like to do research, and she made a boo-boo. Tell us about wearing the cross upside down. Was that also just a stupid, ignorant thing to do, or was there something dark and sinister underlying the messaging? Oh, we have the moon in reverse. If you're going to have dark and sinister, the moon is a good place to go, unfortunately. Because the moon is about secrets and mysteries. We've got two secrets and mysteries cards here. We've got one on the surface trying to portray herself as pure and spiritual. And then we've got the one right beneath it, which is the card of shadow energy and projection and the subconscious and the deep and dark stuff that lies beneath the surface that you generally don't want people to see, but gets out there, leaks out. Very dark energy coming out of that card that I want to go and get my sterilizing spray and spray it with. And perhaps the tarot table afterwards might have to do a bit of smudging after this reading. And I very seldom get that level of horror in a reading. So I'm just expressing what is coming through energetically for me with the Moon card in reverse. I tend to think it was subconscious, not absolutely intentional, but it does give you some idea of what is going on down below, shall we just say. And I think I've said enough for now. And of course I have to remind you that this is just an energy reading, just my opinion, and disclaimer in the box below. Thank you for watching. Go and give ourselves all a good smudging, and I'll see you on the next one.